Welcome to the channel that flips the script on real estate, mindset, and money. I'm Rob Ragno, and I created Redefine You to do exactly that. Redefine the way you invest in real estate. No tricks, no theory, just raw, real strategy. This channel isn't here just to educate you. It's intended to shortcut your learning curve to real success. On here, we share with you exactly what I'm doing right now. And apparently, if you like and subscribe to this video, YouTube will naturally turn me into your personal real estate advisor. So before you waste any more money on another course or weekend mastermind, I've included a link to a free school community below that's going to give you all the tools, trainings, and connect you to the right people you need in order to be successful in this business. Now, I got to hit you with some uncomfortable truth. It's never been more expensive to just be average in this real estate investing space right now. Rates are up, deals are thin, competition is fierce, and if you're still playing this game with that 2019 mentality, you're gonna be left behind. This video is not for the dreamers, it's for the doers. And I'm about to walk you through exactly how we're building wealth in 2025 with the infinite scalability by utilizing our signature POP method. Now, this method is not here for the rookies. This is for those who are actually doing deals and want to grow and scale their portfolio in 2025. By utilizing this method, we're able to get paid upfront on the purchases, giving us the ability to then compound that money and grow long-term wealth while our real estate assets are appreciating in the background. Utilizing this strategy completely flips the game on what you typically are used to. And this is not taught anywhere else but here. Let's be honest, the old cash flow your way to freedom plan, it's completely dead. Interest rates are high, property prices are increasing, and the rent just hasn't caught up to where it needs to be for you to actually cash flow. You used to be able to pick up a duplex with 20% down and still be able to cash flow $200-300 a month. Well, that game no longer exists due to the rising price of real estate. Now, that same style deal is stealing from your real estate investing business because it's eating into your bank account for more down payment money just to see a neutral cash flow. And this effect was created all because of the balloon that we've seen over the last few years in price appreciation, the rising of interest rates, and the unstabilization of rental markets. And this is just simple cause and effect from an appreciating real estate market over the last few years without the rents keeping up yet and jamming in there these high interest rates from the feds that are not allowing us to cash flow. And worst of all, the gurus you've been following didn't update the playbook. I talk to investors every single week who all seem to be stuck in the same trap. Good credit, no deal flow. Saved up $50K for down payment, gets eaten up into one property. Bought a deal to fix and flip, now they're stuck sinking more money than they expected because of the rising price of construction, and now they're holding on to inventory of something that's not selling due to the high interest rates in the market, and now they have all their cash tied up in one or two flips. But what's the real problem here? People are still trying to build wealth through real estate using strategies that only fit a perfect market. And the solution is simple. We don't chase perfect markets. We build perfect systems. And I'm going to give you the 5 simple wealth levers that you can pull in 2025 to accelerate your business. Profit on purchase. This is our secret weapon. We've locked arms with hundreds of investors who have been using this POP method to cash out on the purchase $12,000, $28,000, $55,000, all the way up to $100,000 on a purchase of a property. One of the members in our community bought a great deal that had a market value of $205,000. They were able to lock it up for $140,000 and the lender funded $165,000. That means on closing, they walked away with $25,000 in their hand and still got to own the property. That community member today is fix and flipping that property. Are going to sell it for a net profit of around $100,000. This was all done without using any of their own money and actually walking away with a check for $25,000 on the day of closing. Our second strategy in this market right now is off market or nothing. Forget Zillow, forget Redfin. It's public and it's overpriced. By the time that property hits the market, that seller has already been convinced by someone else, probably a realtor, that their property is actually worth more than what it really is. This is going to make it very challenging for you to buy that property and be able to build wealth with it in 2025. In order to simplify this process and cut out the competition, I've created what's called the Deal Lab, which you can find a link to down below in our free school community, which gets you access to off-market deals pre-negotiated so you don't have to do that work for you. I've created a system that magnetically attracts deals to you without you having to lift a finger, running around cold calling and sourcing deals yourself. This magnetic deal machine is completely hands-off and built on autopilot, so deals naturally come to you. Inside the Deal Lab, you're going to find a bunch of like-minded individuals who are also sourcing deals and sharing them within this community. Why? Because inside the Deal Lab, everybody gets a share of the pie when they participate on the deal. And it's very simple. All the deals are structured with built-in equity upfront. We're not paying retail prices, we're actually paying discounted prices, less than wholesale. Why is that? because this gives us the ability to allow the property to utilize the equity for the down payment. We only buy properties that have built-in equity on day one rather than hopes and dreams for raising it in the future. The third thing is cash flow now is just a bonus to us. We look for that built-in equity from day one. And if it cash flows, great, we hold it. If not, we're gonna force that appreciation and flip it to the open market and let the end buyers who are willing to overpay for properties absorb those, because that's how real estate is done. We don't get tied to emotion, we get tied to strategy with a profitable exit plan. Wealth doesn't necessarily just have to be built in cash flow, because anybody that tells you that cash flow is completely passive, they're lying to you. It still takes work and management. So the way we look at the deals is completely different. We flip the lens on how you start to evaluate properties so that we can look at it from a long-term projection. If the deal is juicy and it's got equity up front, we capitalize on it and recycle that money into investments that will pay us passively long-term, and we utilize different strategies such as compound lending. But I'll get to that in another video. Let me give you an example of one of our partners, Alex. He brought 3 properties to the table that most people would overlook because they only brought in about $50 a month each in cash flow. So right away, the average investor who is still using 2019 tactics would completely overlook this gem. However, when the way we analyze properties utilizing the POP method and our strategic negotiation tactics, we were able to help Alex secure each property to cash out $10,000 up front, then yielding him 6-figure paychecks on each property. So in this case, the flip is what's funding his freedom. This gives him the ability to slow down, focus more time on himself, spend time with his friends and family, and allow the business to still grow in the background with upfront chunks of change. Now, this strategy works well. When the market cools down, we're gonna be sitting on a ton of cash that we can go and scoop up these properties at a big, deep discount. That same property that was gonna cash flow $50 a month, we want to buy stuff that's gonna cash flow $500 a month. The fourth lever I wanna share with you is leverage. And yes, you probably already know this, but leverage is king. The way to really build wealth in this industry, and actually in any business, the way you build wealth in real estate is not by utilizing your own money. It's how you leverage other people's money so that you can benefit off the appreciation. And in order to accomplish this, it's very simple. We use a rule that we only buy properties that are at minimum 80% of market value. Now, what that looks like is a property that's market value at $100,000. We're aiming to buy that property for $80,000 or less. And the overall calculation means that the property purchase plus the rehab amount cannot exceed more than 75% of what the future value is of that property, often referred to as the ARV. After repair value. It's going to ensure that you're able to raise the capital or get the proper debt that you need to fund this project. And the fifth lever I want to share with you is kingdom mindset multiplication. This isn't just about stacking properties and making a bunch of money. This is about doing it with a purpose. We're not chasing success. We're stewarding opportunity. God doesn't bless confusion. He blesses clarity, structure, and impact above all else. When you stop idolizing the gurus and the grind and you start aligning with your assignment, I'm telling you, something shifts and the floodgates fly wide open. If you want to wake up to wires hitting your bank account rather than requests for sending in down payment money, then this is the video that should wake you up from your slumber. So click the link below, get access to my free school community, join the movement, see what we're doing inside there to transform your real estate investing career, and I'll catch you in the next video.